More rewards, more savings. With American Express Business Gold, earn up to $395 back in annual statement credits on eligible purchases at select shipping, food delivery, and retail subscription merchants. Enjoy the benefits of membership with the Amex Business Gold Card. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-gold. Amex Business Gold Card. Built for business by American Express.
So good, so good, so good.
Get ready, because it's time to save at your Nordstrom Rack store. Now through February 23rd, take an extra 40% off red tag clearance boots, jackets, and sweaters. We're talking the best cold weather styles from Vince, Cole Haan, Sam Edelman, and more. All on sale for even less. All sales final. You never know what you'll find, but you know it's gonna be so good. Great brands, great prices. That's why you rack.
Now tuned into the greatest.
The Run with Manny Wilson podcast.
The Run with Manny Wilson podcast.
Chicago to your speakers.
The best sports podcast there is.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson, all the way from Detroit to Chicago to your speakers and headphones. I appreciate you tuning in to the first interactive sports podcast, a community that makes sure your voice is heard. So if you hear something you agree with, you disagree with, you like or you dislike, or even if you just want to go ahead and drop a quick take, leave us a quick take. 219-413-9405. And of course, we'll play your take back on our voicemail line next episode. And then shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this episode. Get $20 off your first ticket purchase when you use the promo code TheRunPodcast. Now, this code can only be applied for first-time users on the mobile app or website. So I don't know about you, but the basketball season is still going pretty strong right now. So go ahead, buy yourself some tickets and save yourself $20 by creating that account and using that promo code. Anyway, look, man, so I want to go back in time. Look, it's Friday. It's a good day today, man. We're just vibing. Usually, if you tune in and you want to hear me do all the screaming and stuff and, all the yelling and the getting hype and stuff, this might not be the episode, but then again, I say that and you know how it may end up going. I end up getting hype about it. I just can't help it sometimes. But I want to go back in time just for a second because I proposed a question. I thought about this. Like, are super teams no longer a thing? Is super teams in the NBA like dead? Is that over with? Like, because at one point that was the blueprint to winning championships, or the thing that people thought was the blueprint at one point is let's build a super team. I mean, you had the Nets, KD, Kyrie Irving, Harden, Suns right now with Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, they stink. OKC had Melo, Westbrook, Paul George, Clippers, Kawhi, Harden, Paul George, and Westbrook all at one point. Lakers, LeBron, Westbrook, Anthony Davis. Like, you had a lot of teams with super teams stacked, and they had ambition of winning a championship, and they had these aspirations of winning a championship, but that just wasn't the case. So I'm wondering now, like, because we've seen the rise and fall of super teams, and I could go back even further because there was teams that did it before LeBron went to Miami in the first place. So he wasn't really the first one. I mean, they did it in Houston when you had Akeem, Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith. Like, it was a Clyde Drexler. They had so many times where in history you would see these super teams. Go to any Celtics team that won a championship and you will see, like, okay, super teams became kind of a thing. But like, now that teams aren't really trying to aim for super teams as they're building these championship type of teams, it makes you wonder if super teams is dead. Because I personally, if super teams are dead, I love this for basketball. It's about damn time. And I think this is going to be kind of the trend that we start moving toward, is like, okay, I don't need a super team to win. I just need a star with some good players on it, because now at this point, you got a lot of young guys in the league who don't even want to form a super team. They still got that ambition. They still got that hope that they can win with the team that they were drafted to and that the team that they play with. Like, a lot of young guys want to be the man in their city. They want to be the star of their town. And I think a big reason of that is because they haven't really lost as much. And they haven't got tired of losing time and time again. They haven't lost to the same team over and over again to be like, you know what, I'm done with this losing stuff. Hey, let's go team up somewhere. Let's go team up over here. Let's go team up over there. Like, I mean, I feel like at some point we'll get back to it. But because LeBron did. He was like one of the first ones to start it again in that era. And then you had a lot of teams follow suit. But then again, like it became downhill, became a trend where it seemed like it wasn't really working. You started to realize, okay, bringing in all these big names take up a lot of cap space. I got to pay each and every one of these guys, or it's a lot of drama. You're going to get a lot of attention, positive and negative. And then now you're looking at the coach sideways if you aren't winning games. So it was clear to me, like, okay, some of these super teams wasn't going to work. But the main thing and the main reason I say some of these super teams didn't work is because it was missing a key ingredient. It was missing LeBron. I hate to be that way. I really do. I really don't want to even go down that path, but let's be real, bro. A lot of super teams is missing the LeBron, the guy that does every single thing on the floor, the guy that can play defense, can distribute, can score, can pass, like all of that. The way teams are constructed now, you try and bring in 3 random guys and they all like to score. Nobody plays defense. That's not going to win you a championship. I don't care how many all-star appearances they have together. Either way, it ain't going to win you no championship. So I think that's one of the issues. Another thing that probably helped in this era is that teams were not winning enough. Ever since that Warriors run with Kevin Durant on there and then he left and went somewhere else, it was more blueprints that was presented to us that, this is how you can actually win a championship, or you can go back to the finals by having a team orchestrated this way. And now we see that. We see a lot of teams trying to bring shooters in and just try different methods of succeeding and bringing in just solid players to actually win the game. Like if you look at the Celtics, they're the most recent team to win a championship. A lot of teams are kind of following that suit of okay, obviously we got, some good players on here, but we need a bench. A bench piece is probably going to be the most important thing. You look at Derek White and seeing what he's doing. Sometimes Al Horford comes off the bench and sometimes Porzingis might come off the bench. Like they have a lot of depth on that team. And that's ultimately one of the things that's really helped them in terms of winning championships. So now you see a lot of teams trying to add depth on their bench and trying to add a lot of players where they can play different styles. So, it's wild that the super team thing died off like that. And I'm glad it did. I think it's good. I know viewership is down in the NBA, of course, but having stars on different teams is entertaining because you ain't got to worry about just 4 solid teams with stardom playing all throughout the 82 games. Like, you can cut on the Pacers and the Pistons game. You like, okay, Cade Cunningham, Siakam, Tyrese Halliburton, all of them is going to be playing. Like, it spreads out the love. You don't have only one calendar date circled on your calendar all NBA season because you like, this is the only time this good team comes to town. Like, no. So I love that teams are spreading out the stardom, if you will, and then all the young guys are staying where they want to. And try and really be ambitious in terms of, making something happen. So I think that's great for the league right now. It is weird, though, that super teams just disappeared out of nowhere. Like, we're kind of seeing a failure of super teams if you really look at it. Not many teams is succeeding with a super team. Suns is the latest and greatest example of that. Nets was a tragedy. Clippers was a tragedy. Like, yeah, it's not looking good right now. Who else got a super team? It don't matter because they ain't winning. All right, look, we got some news coming up in just a sec, man, and then we'll jump back into it. I got to tell you who one of the best point guards in this league is, but, again, super chill episode. Got some news. Again, go ahead, leave us a quick take. If you want to jump in on a super team conversation, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. 219-413-9405. Let me know what you think about the super teams. Is it something that can still work? Is people just putting together the wrong pieces when they try and build the super team? Is it just like, let me get any type of 3 all-stars and maybe we win? Was people more strategic about it back then or what? I don't know. But anyway, you tell me. 219-413-9405. Leave a quick take. And of course, we'll play your take back on our next episode and give it some context as well. But we got some news for the run coming up in just a sec. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. It's halftime.
You know what's smart? Enjoying a fresh gourmet meal at home that you didn't have to cook. Meet Factor, your loophole in the laws of mealtime. Chef-crafted meals delivered with a tap, ready in just 2 minutes. You know what's even smarter? Treating yourself without cheating your goals. Factor is dietitian approved, chef prepared, and you plated. Pretty smart, huh? Refresh your routine and eat smart with Factor. Learn more at factormeals.com.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. From your morning podcast to your afternoon playlist, State Farm knows you personalize your entire day, and that's why State Farm helps you personalize your insurance with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It offers coverage options that help protect what you care about most at an affordable price just for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
All right, man, let's jump into it with some news for the run. Let's start off actually with the NBA, man, because some crazy things been going on in the NBA. So Victor Wembanyama for the San Antonio Spurs, he's out for the remainder of the season with a form of a blood clot in his right shoulder. Nobody knows where this came from, but as of right now, everyone's kind of hoping that it's a minor type of situation. Obviously, we know one of the Thompson brothers, they had a blood clot situation, but thankfully they're back. And, you know, nobody wants to see that happen with Victor Wembanyama. But as far as their playoff chances, this is definitely over with. Haven't been having the craziest season, but they did just land De'Aaron Fox, who was a great guard who could have really helped them turn it around, especially playing with Vic. But, man, wish the best for Victor Wembanyama. Hopefully he get a speedy recovery. Anyway, the Milwaukee Bucks, they're in the news because Bobby Portis, he's going to be suspended for 25 games of the regular season due to violating the league's anti-drug policy. So apparently this was a substance named tramadol, and his representation, Bobby Portis, they said that he unintentionally took pain medication called tramadol, thinking it was a pain medication called Toradol. Now, I don't know how true this is, but this does seem like it could have some type of, you know, hope in the case. I don't know how aggressively Bobby Portis' team is fighting this suspension, but I mean, I know sometimes, you know, people do take painkillers. They may take, you know, certain medicines that they've taken in the past and not realize that it's some drugs that you shouldn't be using in there. So I don't know, man, but hopefully Bobby Portis doesn't have to miss the rest of the season. I think Bucks only got like 27 games left of this back half of the season, and he's missing 25. Oh man, that's crazy. But best of luck to Bobby Portis, man. Hopefully they do fight it and the case does get overturned. I know there's been situations where there's been superstars, they've been drug tested and crazy stuff like cocaine popped up, and it's like, oh, he was just eating poppy seeds, and unfortunately, weird enough, it's a little bit of cocaine up in there, or, you know? So, I mean, it's not the first time the NBA has dealt with this situation. So we'll see how that goes. But MLB baseball is officially back, man. The spring training started yesterday, and the first game for the MLB was between the Cubs and the Dodgers. And obviously these games are meaningless right now, but the Cubs did win. I mean, hey, shout out to them. They did take care of business, but I mean, you also seen the Yankees play. They played the Rays. You had the Rangers. They played the Royals. Royals ended up winning that. Again, these games are meaningless, so I don't even want to really tell you who won everything, but Rockies played, Diamondbacks, Mariners, Padres. Like, you got some baseball happening. So yeah, definitely excited about that. And you know, games happened today as well. So those were some of the games that was going on. But tomorrow and from this point forward, you can definitely expect some things happening in the baseball season. There's been a lot of signings and stuff happening. I know I haven't covered most of it, but I mean, hey, who cares? Whatever. All right, look, so in the NBA, I do want to go ahead and give you a heads up of some of the games you got coming your way tonight. The Pistons will be taking on the San Antonio Spurs. The Cavaliers will be playing the New York Knicks in Cleveland. The Grizzlies and the Magic will be a great matchup. Both of these teams are top seeds in their conferences. The Bucks will play the Wizards. Miami Heat will play the Raptors. Timberwolves will play the Rockets. Thunder will take on the Jazz. And the Golden State Warriors will play the Sacramento Kings. And, I mean, yeah, you got a good amount of basketball happening tonight. The All-Star break was rough on me, man. I was trying to chill out because we didn't get much basketball, but also it's tough when, you know, you ain't got the games and ain't much happening in media. Like, oh, man, that's why y'all got the episode on Friday, honestly. Let me just keep it a buck. Yeah, that's what it came down to, is like I didn't want to just get on here and talk about, you know, some watered down topic. Maybe you want me to. I don't know. Maybe you want me to talk about a watered down topic, or maybe that's not really your vibe either. But it's definitely not my vibe. I've never found that interesting, talking about something that's just like not even relevant or just a complete hypothetical that's not even entertaining. I'm not with any of that. So if it ever comes down to me giving y'all a pod or me just not talking about anything and talking about something that's watered down, just know that I probably won't give y'all the pod. Anyway, though, I got some other stuff because you guys got to know, man, I got to put y'all on game real quick to one of the best point guards in the NBA, a top 3 point guard in the NBA. It's official at this point. And I don't think it's crazy to even make this assumption or to even say this statement, but Cade Cunningham is definitely a top 3 point guard in the NBA, and it should be very, very obvious. And I know, look, you might pull up all the stats and say, well, no, Cade just got to start him. No. That ain't the case. We've been new about Cade over here, partner. We knew what Cade could do. And then if you really want to go that route, I know he may not be your favorite point guard right now, but he's damn sure a top 3 point guard in the NBA because he is second in assists right now. He's first in rebounding at his position. And then also he's averaging 25 points. But aside from all the statistics, one of the things that separates Cade Cunningham from all the other point guards right now is the ethical hoops. You don't see Cade Cunningham foul baiting. You don't see him crying to the ref about, oh, he did this and he touched my arm. No. Right now, Cade ain't getting no damn call. So he's playing through everything. All the and ones he's getting, it's all earned. And all the assists he's getting, it's all earned. Every bucket he's gotten and every rebound, every assist is all earned. None of that stuff is given. Every win from the Detroit Pistons that he's helped his team get to the 6th seed to achieve has been earned because bro is getting no favoritism despite what the media is showing him as. The rest damn sure ain't blowing that whistle like they doing for Jalen Brunson. They ain't blowing that whistle like they doing for SGA. They ain't blowing that whistle like they do for Kyrie Irving. They ain't blowing that whistle like they do for any other guard in the league right now. And that's another reason why I say Cade Cunningham is definitely top 3. He's smooth in his game. He can score when he needs to. He obviously commands the floor. He obviously is a true floor general because he's getting his team involved. But when his team needs that spark, just know he's there. He's got you. He's going to make sure he gets the spark and get his team on a run. So it sounds crazy. Sounds crazy. A lot of y'all going to think it's a new, bold, crazy take. But no, man, this has been a discussion that we've been having in Detroit for some time right now. And I think it needs to blow up even more. I think it needs to be a conversation on a national scale because we've known Cade has been a dog. But if you know anything about basketball and you respect ethical hoops, you respect Cade Cunningham's game, and you understand that he's a top 3 point guard in the NBA today, right now. No debate about it. No debate about it. When you pull up that list of all the other guards in the league, I'm not saying Cade is the best shooter. He may not be the best 3-point shooter, but damn, hey, he's shooting a great field goal percentage right now. Even if you want to look at that, go ahead, check that out. He's playing great. But in terms of overall point guard, nobody has him beat right now. Nobody has him beat. You talk about shooting, I say he ain't the best, but he's still shooting 45%, which is damn good in the NBA as much as people are shooting the ball in today's game, especially shooting 3-pointers. So I'm going to just leave it at that. I know he's not the fan favorite right now, but he will be. He will be soon, very, very soon, especially as the Pistons continue to win ball games easily. Because watching, nobody wants to see the free throw shots. Nobody wants to see a bunch of free throw shooting. And right now, I think because he doesn't get a whistle, it even helps his case that he plays ethical hoops because he does not get a whistle. So when Cade Cunningham is getting a whistle on every call and when the referees is blowing the whistle for the tic-tac fouls, he's going to be averaging 30 with ease. With ease. I mean, that's damn near the only reason we see SGA averaging 30. Yeah, and I mean it. SGA wouldn't be averaging 30 points right now if he wasn't shooting 11, 12 free throws every single game. Hell no. This man, I ain't even gonna disrespect nobody. I ain't even gonna disrespect SGA. I'm gonna just leave it at that. He shoot a lot of free throws. Jalen Brunson shoot a lot of free throws too. And these foul baiting things is really just getting out of control. And that's what it comes down to, bro. The foul baiting in the NBA is just on another level. It's on another level, man, and I cannot respect that no matter the position, whether it's a center, whether it's a power or a small forward, shooting guard, point guard, it does not matter. When I'm seeing all that damn foul baiting in the NBA, it drives me crazy, bro, because that's not ethical hoops. That's not ethical hoops. And when I say ethical hoops, I don't mean just drawing a foul, like pump fake, you got him off his feet. I don't mean that. I mean flopping. When it comes down to ethical hoops, it comes down to flopping. How much is this dude flopping? I seen a video. Man, I gotta go back and find this video too. And I hope I can clip this. But I seen a video. It was of SGA. His SGA hoops is so unethical. This man don't know how to turn off the flopping. He don't know how to stop flopping. It was in an all-star game. He was shooting warm-up jumpers, flopping, bro. Like, it's gotten to a point where it's ridiculous. And SGA is a great player, but all the foul baiting stuff is just unnecessary. You do not need to do that. You don't need to do that. And it takes a lot of, I can't respect it. I just can't respect it. Go look up that clip. If you are listening, just find that clip, man. SGA All-Star Weekend foul baiting, or just search up something around those lines, bro. Like, and you'll find it, man. You'll find it. It's not cool. Obviously, they was warming up so he didn't get a whistle, but just the fact that he was still flopping in warm-ups when somebody's shooting is just like, damn, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, tighten up a little bit, dude. So, that's why I got a lot of respect for Cade Cunningham and what he's doing right now. And obviously, he is probably one of my favorite guards in the league right now. Definitely, because he's playing for the Pistons, of course. But I think even if he was on another team, like, just his game, his ability to control the floor, his ability to score, his ability to get others involved, it's tremendous right now, man. And he's playing at a great level. He's playing at an all-time level. And it's really helping the Pistons out. And comparing it around the league, nobody plays as much defense. He plays defense, too. That's another thing. Rebounds. He can score when he need to, all of that stuff. So I just respect the hell out of it, man. Obviously, some other good players in here. Maybe you can add Halliburton in there. Halliburton's good. Trae Young, definitely got a lot of respect for Trae Young as well, because this dude's been killing it with assists. I mean, you watch the Hawks play. Trae Young is liable to get 20 and 20 points, 20 assists anytime. This is a dude that slept on for sure. Trae Young is another guy. Over there in Atlanta, they're not getting too much attention because their record isn't the best. But damn it, man, all the talks about Ice Trae getting traded, I feel like a fool for even indulging in that, because, man, watching Trae Young play, he's liable to get 20 points and 20 assists any game and shooting great at that in the game. So, I feel stupid for that, man. And that was silly. So if you still on that train of trading Trae Young because of this and because of that, no, man. It's still definitely way too valuable to any team and to any team in terms of winning games and just being able to help them out. So shout out to him as well. And, hey, man, like I said, Brunson's solid. Darius Garland is also another guy I like. Doesn't do too much foul baiting, but sometimes he be in there flopping. But I'm going to let y'all, man. Look, I'm out of here. That's all I got for y'all. So, I do appreciate you tuning in, kicking it. It's Friday, man. So enjoy the weekend. I'm going to leave y'all with a positive note here, man. Think positive thoughts. Just listen to positive thoughts. Retain positive information. And that's going to reflect on anything you do. You accept that positive energy that's coming from music, that's coming from things you're reading, that's coming from TV. You're going to be able to put out that same energy. Like, your thoughts are going to be able to transform and become positive. So above all, man, although things get tough, although we may feel stuck sometimes, just try and stay positive. And if you're struggling to stay positive, listen to something that's going to make you think in a positive way. Whether it's music, whether it's reading something that's positive, you got to do something that makes sure you keep the positivity around you. If it ain't positive, then it don't need to be around you. Period. But accept that however you need to accept that, man. I always say I don't want to give advice, but here I am. All right, look, man, I'm up out of here, man. Y'all have a great weekend. Appreciate you. You've been tuning in. Send it to a cousin, a brother, an aunt, an uncle, a niece, nephew, coworker, friend, spouse, family member, anybody you know. I promise you, they are not gonna mind that you sent them this episode. Just say, hey, I think it was dope. Check it out. He talked about Cade Cunningham. He talked about the real best point guard in the NBA. I ain't gonna say all that, even though you can make a debate. You can make a debate. But that's another episode. All right, I'm out of here, man. I'll be back later on next week. It's so on and so on and so on.